It's 1 a.m. in Bradford, West Yorkshire. Traffic cop Chris Spencer is responding to a report of a police pursuit 12 miles away. At this time of night, cars failing to stop for the cops often means the vehicle is stolen. And with 3 men in the Ford Focus, it's likely the pursuing officers have rumbled a team of suspected thieves as they go to work.
We heard over my radio that a vehicle was found stopped for one of my colleagues, so we set off, and lo and behold, as we were driving in one direction, it was actually driving towards us. 6-1, show me attendant.
60 miles an hour, throwing out from the vehicle. Still heading towards Bradford.
To force the Focus to stop.
57, we're behind, second vehicle now. Stand by, approaching the traffic light.
Outnumbered, the driver stops at nothing to avoid getting boxed in. A few minutes later, desperate to escape the cops, the Ford Focus hurtles off-road.
Let's continue. We're on a certain track. 57 has gone off-road.
Is he still in the vehicle?
Yeah, they're still going.
57, just confirm you're no longer behind the vehicle.
Negative, nobody's behind it.
If the cat loses on the road, then they start to do silly things, and he's driven into a field that must have been 4 foot deep in shrubbery. And at that point, my colleague that was following us decided that that's the point where he is not willing to go.
Where's the car, I wonder? Where is the car?
The 3 men have abandoned the Ford Focus and are off and running.
The field was enormous. There was no way that we would ever found him in that field.
With no sign of the 3 suspects, Chris and his colleagues' only hope now is to wait for the police helicopter to arrive.
10-3-1 coming on scene now.
10-3-1, think off to your starboard side, can you leave a torch?
10-3-1, you're on scene, got your torch looking now.
The helicopter's thermal imaging cameras can detect suspects through their body heat, and they're now scouring the surrounding area. But have they arrived in time to locate the 3 runaways?
Yeah, it's 170.
40 miles away in York, North Yorkshire police controllers have received a call from the owner of a Land Rover Defender.
Police emergency.
I just wanted to report my car's been stolen. Literally just gone.
It's just gone, has it? Okay, and we're talking just within the last few minutes.
I think I'd say certainly within the last 10-15 minutes, yeah.
Car thieves often target specific vehicles that are easy to break down into parts and sell on, and the current favourite is the Land Rover Defender.
We have groups that will go out and specifically target Land Rovers. Over the course of a week, they can take 2, 3 or 4 Land Rovers. They sell for a lot of money now, especially with the Defender having ceased production. There's a big market in the spares, a lot of people that do them up and restore them, and as such, the spares market's big business.
In the past 2 years, thefts of Land Rover Defenders have increased by 69% in the northeast of England. But looking for a stolen car across 3,200 square miles of North Yorkshire can be like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, it's 170.
Now, the car's got a sky tag fitted.
Luckily on this occasion, the car contains a tracking device.
Well, I'm hoping if we're quick enough, we'll pick up on the tracker.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, we've got some good resources in the area, and we've already notified West Yorkshire Police.
The control room puts a call out to all officers in the vicinity.
Land Rover Defender in silver.
Officers James Duffy and Tim Wilson from North Yorkshire's road crime team are close to where the Defender was stolen and pick up the call.
The words that you want to hear is there's a tracker on it, because then you get its exact location. It was like a big gift, really.
Other side across there, let's grab that. You're going to have to guide me.
As James and Tim race to catch up with the Defender, its tracker pinpoints it 7 miles away, travelling towards West Yorkshire.
Yes. Is it generally moving towards sort of Keighley area?
Heading into unfamiliar territory at high speed, James's skill as a pursuit driver is tested to the maximum.
Heading generally towards...
It was a really difficult drive because at those speeds, 60 odd, and in the darkness, we're really having to push the envelope, and in the back of your mind you're thinking, I don't want to miss out on this job. I want to get behind it, I want to get them locked up.
Getting updates and pass them across.
1 mile ahead, a West Yorkshire unit has caught sight of the Defender and joined the chase.
It's Lee Mill Road, which is a dead end. Stand by for the decap. We've got to run it, stand by.
Which way?
This is it, mate, to the bottom of here. Let's get running legs on. 9-4, we're going 6.
Seconds before James and Tim arrive, a suspect crashes and runs off into a nearby wood.
He's got a black hoodie and black Adidas joggers on.
With the police helicopter busy searching for the 3 runaway suspects in Bradford, finding a man in the middle of the woods with nothing but a torch and good old police instinct is going to be tough.
You get there and you think, job's gone. It's petered out, we've got a car back, it's crashed, the victim won't be right happy and we've got no bodies from it.
Because we bombed out road, you just starburst straight over the wall. Without a helicopter, you're struggling here.
Coming up. In Bradford, the police helicopter arrives on scene.
10 past 3, all coming on scene now.
But will its thermal imaging cameras track down the 3 Ford Focus runaways?
It is just a very, very elaborate game of cat and mice.
And with no helicopter to guide them, James and Tim continue their search for the suspect from the Land Rover Defender.
It's pitch black, you're struggling to see, and you look around and there's no one else with you, so you're thinking, even if I do find him, it could get a bit tasty, this.
On the edge of West Yorkshire, in Hebden Bridge, James Duffy and Tim Wilson of North Yorkshire's Road Crime Team are still searching for the man who they suspect stole a Land Rover Defender.
The back and sides, long on top. He's got a black hoodie and black Adidas joggers on.
After an hour-long chase, a suspect has crashed the vehicle into a wall and legged it into the woods.
It's gone that way through that gap there. How far down is it?
It's about 6 foot.
A West Yorkshire police unit arrived before James and Tim and saw the suspect making off into the woods.
I'm not being funny, he jumped that wall and he didn't even look up over it. I thought he were a goner.
With the police helicopter busy trying to locate the 3 Ford Focus runaways in Bradford, James and Tim have no choice but to search for their suspect by torchlight.
I got down those bushes and I was walking through undergrowth and I was getting hit in the head with twigs and you thought, there's no way I'm going to find this person. There's a river there, I can't see Tim who's 5 foot in front of me. It's just an absolute nightmare.
He's not going to stop, is he? He's just going to keep going, isn't he? If he goes to ground here, he's struggling.
It's now over an hour since the vehicle was stolen and the officers are starting to give up hope.
Do we think he's gone all the way down?
Actually, I was considering returning to the top and trying to preserve the scene as best I could for the dog, to give the dog officer the best chance of finding it, when all of a sudden...
Hands behind your back now! Hands behind your back! Other one behind your back now! Shut up, you're locked up, pal. Theft of motor vehicle. You're under caution, don't have to say anything. My own defence, do not mention when questions look straight out in court, anything you do, say maybe give evidence.
How I found him in all that darkness, I've no idea, but lo and behold, point it at the floor and there's someone arms by his side doing the plank laid in the undergrowth.
Did he fail to stop for you as well?
That's him.
Right, you locked up dangerous driving and failed to stop.
Thank you.
The man is sweaty and appears to have been running, and he fits the description of the suspect. But he insists he is innocent.
Why are you disturbing my sleep for?
What, are you big sweaty sleep? Big sweaty sleep?
Night terrors.
What? I've been magic mushrooms?
Yeah.
I've done mushrooms, I'm asleep in the bushes in the middle of nowhere, 100 yards from a nicked Land Rover. I can't think there's a bobby in the land that will go, oh, sorry, mate, yeah, back to it. We're just looking for someone that's legged it from a stolen.
Realising the magic mushroom story isn't going to wash, the man then tries another tack.
What's your problems?
Right, I've told you you're locked up.
For what?
Right then, mate.
I'm not lying at all. I wasn't driving. You don't lie and say I was driving when I wasn't.
The man is arrested under suspicion of stealing the Land Rover, driving without insurance, and driving whilst disqualified.
So you're saying I was the only person in that car? Yeah. I jumped out the passenger.
Yeah, because you couldn't get out of the driver's side.
So where did the driver go then?
No, argue with me, mate.
While the suspect continues to protest his innocence, Tim examines the Land Rover.
Made a mess at tyre. All ignition barrel and that's been pulled out. But fortunately we've got this one today, so result.
Suspecting this isn't the first time the man has offended, the police will question him back at the station.
Take him back to Harrogate now. He's a bit on edge, so it's going to be an interesting journey back.
17 miles away, back in Bradford, the traffic cop's high-speed pursuit of a Ford Focus has ended up in a field.
Do you think it's in the car?
Plates definitely don't match.
And there's no sign of the 3 runaway suspects.
There were 3 in it, but I didn't get a good enough look at them.
This time, traffic cop Chris Spencer and his colleagues have technology on their side.
10-3-1 coming on scene now.
10+3-1, think I'm off to your starboard side, can you see my torch?
10-3-1, you're on scene, got your torch looking now.
The police helicopter's thermal imaging cameras have detected a heat source near some houses.
10-3-1, I've got 3 going through gardens somewhere.
There's 3 going through gardens now.
9, that'll be them. 10+, can you direct me from car?
From 3-1, they're going through the gardens, the bottom of...
All right, so they're coming back towards us.
Yeah, they're just climbing through trees in back gardens at the moment and over fences.
The 3 men may think they've given the police the slip, but their every move is being captured on camera.
Oh, so they've literally run up here, they're going down there. We'll go back up here. I think that's the best way to go.
The helicopter tracks the suspects to a back garden,
They're in about the 4th garden from the end.
where they appear to be looking for somewhere to hide. But moments later, the men are on the move again.
They've gone into the rear of number 29.
The suspects may now believe they're home free, but no such luck. Chris and the other officers rush to the house, along with the dog unit that's just arrived.
X-ray Delta unit, 2 officers at the back of the property.
A few minutes later, the suspects are led outside in cuffs, and it turns out one of them is already known to Chris.
Oh, is he the guy that totaled that Defender?
Less than a fortnight before, the same individual was arrested for stealing a Land Rover Defender and crashing spectacularly, flipping it on its side.
I know the car that was involved in that crash was so badly damaged, and yet they managed to walk away without a mark on them.
Whilst on bail for suspicion of stealing this Land Rover, the man is once again under arrest on suspicion of stealing a car and going equipped to steal.
People do try to do everything they can to outfox us, and that night, when they've been followed by the helicopter, I've gone into the house. All 3 had attempted to change their clothes. One of them was protesting how he'd just woken up. One of them had just had a shower. These people will do everything they can to make our job as difficult as possible, which I suppose is to be expected. It's inevitable.
Bradford has one of the highest rates of car theft in Yorkshire, and officers Paul Crabtree and Jamie Brown are well versed in the methods used by the thieves.
We do get a lot of 2-in-1 burglaries, so people break into people's houses just for the car keys. They're not interested in anything else, they'll just break in for the car keys so they can take the car off the drive.
The police are now urging people to be vigilant.
I think people have become a lot more aware of suspicious people in their gardens, driveways, on the street. We do get a lot of neighbours now having a look and thinking, I don't quite know you, so I'm going to ring the police.
It's now 3 a.m. Paul and Jamie have been called to a house where a male has been spotted behaving suspiciously in the garden.
Through this window, I saw a light like a flash, but so I just stayed there for a bit longer, then I saw it again. I came downstairs and I just checked around, no one inside. Second keys and that upstairs.
Yeah, we've been around back. We've done back of both your neighbours and yours. All doors look fine, windows look fine, and everything. But we'll float. We're in a marked car, so we'll float around for a little bit and see what we get hanging around as much as we can. If you say what else though, give us a ring back again. It's not a problem if it's coming out again. All right, don't be worried to ring us.
The prowler has clearly left the scene, but he could still be nearby. So Jamie and Paul decide to cruise the neighbouring streets to see if they can spot him. It's not long before a car grabs their attention.
I've pulled out of a side road and he's come absolutely flying past, and we've been in an area that's been rife for stolen vehicles at the time. We'd just been to a report of a suspicious male in the garden, so we're thinking straight off, that's a stolen car.
The driver is doing at least 60 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone and is showing no signs of killing his speed.
Even though we're an unmarked car, people recognise what we're driving. They know the cars, and he's continued his speed. He's erratic, he's all over the road, so we're thinking he's taking a chase.
But as the cops prepare themselves for a high-speed pursuit, the minute they indicate for the driver to stop, to their surprise, he pulls over to the side of the road.
As soon as we have put blue lights on, he's come to a grinding halt, so we're thinking, right, this is really odd.
More than 55, surely.
You what?
More than 55, surely.
As I looked, 55, but if we look back on video,
have a quick look while you're having a chat.
Yeah.
As Paul checks the driver's speed on his video, Jamie has a quick word.
Pulled up on the left-hand side of the road. I've gone round to the driver's side and seen a teenager, as in quite a young-looking teenager, and thought, this is not fitting. Hello, you all right? Where have you nicked it from?
Where have I nicked it from?
Yeah.
It's mine.
Well, you're driving it like you stole it.
No, it's my mum's.
Right, no worries. She's not going to be impressed if you wrap it around a tree, is she?
I know.
You got your driving licence on you?
No, not on me.
Any ID?
The driver is claiming he has permission to drive the car and is on his mum's insurance. But he seems nervous and smells strongly of alcohol.
The road you've just come up there, do you know what the speed limit is?
Is it a 30?
It is a 30, yeah. Do you know how fast you were going?
A bit over 30.
A little bit over 30, 62 at one point as we came up there. All right. Any reason for that?
No.
When did you last have a drink?
Not too sure.
Roughly.
Not long ago.
What's not long? A minute, 2 minutes, 20, an hour?
A bit ago.
Yeah, I've asked you to clarify. Listen
I'm listening.
to me. When did you last have a drink?
About an hour ago.
About an hour, no issues. First thing we're going to do, mate, is do a breath test, all right, because I can smell someone here. How old are you?
18.
18,
Yeah.
okay.
Realising he's in trouble, the driver decides to come clean.
I'll just go straight up here.
Okay.
Pass my full test.
Fine. It's easier to sort out, mate, if you tell us what carry on is, because we're not having to run around in circles,
Yeah.
are we? All right.
No, I ain't passed my full test. I'm on a provisional.
Okay. Okay.
But presumably you don't have permission to drive a car?
Whose car is it?
It's my mum's.
All right. Okay, just take a deep breath. Blow into that till I tell you to stop. Blow harder, 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 harder. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, cheers, mate. Ta. Do you know what legal limit is?
No.
35.
All right. Hang on.
Bang on limit. Do you realise how lucky you are? Apart from the complication of no licence, you are on drink driving limit. Okay. A microgram of alcohol more, you'll be getting locked up. Lucky.
It's a close shave for the driver, but he can still be charged for driving without a licence. And a call to the control room confirms he's not named on his mum's insurance either.
All right. There's no mention of any males on the policies there?
No negative, it says permitted driver, insured only.
The police now need to return the car to its rightful owner, the boy's mum. So they decide that Paul will take the driver home in his mum's car, while Jamie drives the passenger in the police car. But the passenger has started behaving rather strangely.
You always like that.
He's not even had a drink.
Are you all right, mate? What's up? You don't appear to be right. What's up?
It turns out he's just applied to join the police specials, and he's worried this incident will ruin his chances.
He wants to drive at 62 through 30s and drive on drink drive limit. The only thing you've done is got in a car with somebody who stinks of beer.
The teenagers are taken to the driver's mum's house, where the driver gets a stiff talking to from Paul.
I'm sick to the iron teeth of turning up at accidents and picking body parts up because lads like you can't keep out of the driving seat. And I'm not doing it again. Growing up time now. But we'll put a marker against that car. If it's driven by a male, it gets stopped. So game over on it. And I work around here all the time, Keithley-wise, and it's a car that'll stand out. I'm trying to prevent this going wrong for you. Clear?
The teenage driver will now have to go to court, where he'll be charged with speeding and driving without a licence or insurance.
Mum's had a go at son for taking the car in the first place. Obviously he's not happy about it, she's not happy about it, and the passenger of the car is also quite upset by the whole experience.
I think the realisation that this isn't the playground now, this is a car on the road dealing with other people and dealing with police. So if you come across as a bit harsh with him, if it's worked, then job done. If it keeps him out of that car and keeps him and everybody else safe, then that's what we're about. Two lads in tears, however, successful job.
Coming up, James and Tim get their man into custody.
Stand at the desk now.
Why, what are you going to do?
But he's got one last parting shot for the cops. And how many Romanians can you fit in a Citroën?
There's half a Romanian football team in that car.
At Harrogate Police Station, James Duffy and Tim Wilson of North Yorkshire's Road Crime Team have detained a man they suspect may have stolen a Land Rover Defender.
Why are you lying for? Why did you admit that? There was somebody else driving and you didn't find him? You tried to pin it all on me for?
Not trying to pin anything. With the circumstances I know, and you'll get a chance in interview to explain anything that you've got to explain for now.
It turns out this isn't the first time he's been in trouble with the police.
He'd recently done a custodial sentence following disqualified driving. He'd been involved in aggravated TWOCs, taken without the owner's consent. He had a lot of history that was in line with the offence that he'd been arrested for.
Can you get some bags to seize clothing? Some tape?
Anybody that's been in a vehicle, if they're saying they're not, you know, we can potentially get fibres, DNA, etc. from the driver's seat to try and prove that they were in the driver's seat. And he's took offence to that.
He's taking my clothes as well?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Calm yourself down.
What are you going to do?
Just relax, calm yourself down.
Straight away we saw a bit of aggression from him. We saw that he wanted to fight, but it wasn't something we hadn't seen before. It was just another of this. He'll get aggressive, he'll calm back down.
But appearances can be deceptive.
I think it surprised me, shocked me, because he's chose his moment when James isn't looking. There's no warning signs. He's just picked a moment where he feels he can get a punch in and then almost run off afterwards, away from him. It's cheap shot, it's dirty.
Guaranteed yourself a charge now though, pal.
I'll talk to her, at least I'll get done for something I've done.
You right, mate?
Yeah, mate, just blindsided me. Coward. Coward. Bit of blood.
Yeah, I was annoyed that, not annoyed at being assaulted really, but annoyed in the way that he did it, because it's not really cricket, is it?
The prisoner has added assaulting a police officer to the growing list of charges against him. His fate will now be in the hands of the court.
Was it worth it? Probably was, but it ain't going to take the shine off the job for me. Every day of the week I'd rather lock him up and take one in the face instead of having let him get away with it. So yeah, if that's the price of justice, then so be it.
When they aren't dealing with the repercussions of car crime, seizing uninsured and unroadworthy vehicles is another major part of the traffic cop's job. And for PC Chris Spencer, sometimes there's nothing he likes better.
That's one of the things I look for, because it's one of my little bugbears in life. I don't want to be crashed into by an uninsured vehicle. There are a lot of people who will just simply chance it and think, I only work a mile down the road. I only need to nip to the shop. I ain't got insurance, but it's not far to go. And it is a massive problem.
It's 4:30 p.m. in Leeds. Chris has just spotted a car carrying a rather heavy load.
Let's have a quick look here. If he's going to stop. No, at least he's stopping.
556 ammunition, similar to what we did at Bible.
Hello, mate. You all right? Pass the key through here. Chuck it in. Where are you going? Just stay there, all right? Don't get out of the car. Stay there.
The car is full of a group of friends on their way to play football.
There's a lot of people in the back of there, isn't there? Right, everyone jump out.
2 in the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the back.
Stay there, all right? It was almost like a comedy, like a bit of a sketch show of how many people can we shoehorn into the back of a car. And when I stopped it showing, I think we had 8 people in that car. There was half a Romanian football team in that car. So you two, come here. Tell that guy to come back here now. Come here. Just stay here. I want to take a photo of you all, then you can all go, all right? I don't care about your face. I want to show how many people are in this car. You, oi, stand there.
There's no picture.
Well, put your hood over your face then. Right, you, jump in the back.
Although the number of passengers a driver can legally carry is 16, that's in a minibus, and each has to have a seat.
Just put that stuff on the dashboard. So we're up to 8 in a 4-seater car. There's a few issues there. So we'll just find out what this lad's excuse is, whether or not he's got the correct documentation to be driving it. And we'll just take it from there at this minute. Is this your car? Have you got your licence?
No.
Have you got insurance now?
No insurance.
No insurance either?
No insurance.
You're not stupid, are you? You appreciate you need insurance to drive?
Oh, they know.
Yeah, that's the...
Chris discovers the driver is only 17 and claims he doesn't speak much English. So He asks one of his friends to translate for him.
So, because hasn't got insurance or a driving licence...
No, insurance because I play football.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but you still need insurance to go play football, don't you? Yeah. So because he hasn't got a driving licence or insurance, we're going to take his car off him.
No.
And you're going to have to go to court, okay?
No.
No, that's obviously what has to happen, doesn't it?
Boss.
Yeah.
Please.
It does astound you sometimes, because if I was to drive a car without insurance or a licence, I'd do everything I could to not draw attention to myself. I definitely wouldn't shoehorn 6 people into the back of my car as well. How many seats has your car got in the back?
3 and 2,
yeah.
5. Right. Only one person is more.
But dodgy maths isn't going to save the driver from a court appearance, and a recovery truck comes to take away the car. The boys empty out the boot, which is full of everything but the kitchen. Oh. That young chap, unbelievably, hadn't forgot his kitchen sink and didn't forget his kitchen sink when he left. They even try to take the car's battery with them.
Whoa, you're not taking the battery?
No, I think it's mine.
Pass me out for a sec. Huh? Because that is part of the car.
No, it's my home, it's my battery.
This is part of the car.
No, it's mine.
No, mate, no. We're not going to sit and fall out about this, but this is part of the car, so you're not pulling the car to pieces. I don't want people taking things out of the cars. I don't think we have to draw the line at the battery. Perhaps I just need a goalpost. Who knows?
The boys eventually head off to play football.
Look here, football. Cristiano Ronaldo, you know Cristiano.
And the car is taken off to the recovery yard.
I think it's safe to say that could be one of the most unusual traffic stops I've had for quite a long time. It's quite amusing to see so many people shoehorned into the back of the car. And while it may be amusing, and all the young lads have taken it quite in jest about what's happened, when you look at it from a practical side of it, if they'd been involved in the bump, I dread to think what would have happened. When there's so many people, none of them are wearing the seatbelts, anything could have happened.
Stand by.
The police in Yorkshire are used to dealing with uninsured drivers and criminals who steal to order for a fast buck.
It's a crash.
But it's not just cars that the criminals target. Shoplifting accounts for 11% of the crimes committed in North Yorkshire. It's mid-afternoon on the outskirts of York. Traffic cops James Duffy and Tim Wilson have received reports of a woman suspected of shoplifting who's then made off in an uninsured car.
It's a dark grey Focus. It looked like one single occupant female in her 20s with dark hair tied up.
We're going to head up through York, up the A19 and hopefully come across it, give it a stop and see what the crack is with it.
The woman is believed to have taken goods from a boot store in North Allerton.
She's been observed at the Balloton on CCTV returning to the vehicle, tipping bags of items into the boots and then going back to the shops.
It's got to be straight on it. It's not out there, is it?
30 seconds later, the Ford Focus comes into view.
Presuming that's it?
Looks like it. 9-4, we're behind this vehicle. It's 12:37 towards the Foxwood roundabout. We're behind it now, we'll give it a quick stop.
But despite Tim flashing his lights at her and signalling to her to pull over, the driver seems in no hurry to do so.
Does she know we're after her?
Your suspicions are aroused when she takes so long to pull over. You know straight away something's not right with it, and you just wonder why. So before we even got to the car, you're thinking something's not right here.
She's not pulling over at this time. I'm not sure whether she's just looking for somewhere to pull over, but she's going some distance. Give her commentary.
Eventually, the driver pulls over into a lay-by.
Stand by, we've got a near side indication. It's a stop, Askham Lane.
The car has shown up on the police database as uninsured and having no registered keeper.
Is it your car?
I've just bought it.
You've just bought it. Is it insured?
Not yet till I get home.
It's not insured. No worries. Have you got a driving licence?
Yeah.
You have? Brilliant, no bother. Have you got any ID on you? Tell you what, I'll just take that off you. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. I'll just take that off you just because you've got the clippers in there, haven't you?
When we've got somebody like that that's been seen in suspicious circumstances, and then they have got a pair of wire cutters which are regularly used to detag items in shops, not just within the vehicle, but sat two-hand within her handbag, that tells me a lot, really. And that gives me all I need to then detain her for the search.
Is there anything in here that you want to tell us about, like all that down there?
I've just bought this car. I swear to God, I've just bought it.
Right, OK. Jump out for me. We'll just take you over here.
The car turns out to be full of items the officers suspect are stolen.
As you can see, probably, I'll have a look, see if she's got a receipt for, but they're probably a fair few quid, 30, 40 quid a piece.
I bought a car.
From where?
Out of the paper. It was advertised in the paper.
Oh, right, where have you got it?
For £300 I have to meet the lad in there. What's the road called? Church Lane.
Where's that?
I just put it on my sat-nav.
Have you got a receipt for all the Colgate stuff and Mac stuff and all that in there?
No.
No.
I'll tell you the truth, it was in the car.
Right, listen.
Where's the car?
Instead of lying to each other.
I'm not lying.
No, listen to me, listen to me. You obviously, I've told you that you've stopped in regards to shop theft, haven't I? And you've got clippers and a load of stuff you haven't got a receipt for. I'm not standing around and messing about here. It's a simple case of shop theft.
If she thinks that we're going to believe that she's turned up, bought a car for 300, 400 quid, and it just so happens to be full of all this gear.
Look at that. 4 bottles of Moe in your car. Still with security tag on. Usually don't let you take security tags. 3 boxes of them. Decent day out at shops. Unless it were part of the deal with car. Apparently it was.
The car and all its contents are going to be taken to the police station, where the goods will be seized and catalogued.
They give you handbag with car with bottle of Moe in as well.
The woman will also be charged with driving without insurance.
Well, that's how bad. I've just bought the car and lost. Somebody will with it.
It's not really out of order, no, you need insurance.
I know that, but if you want to buy a car, you can't just stand there and ask the guy to see if it's all right while you wait to get insurance.
No, you can buy it off him and not drive it away until you've got insurance, like most people do.
Most people don't do that.
No, yeah, honestly, they do. Most people make sure they're insured, because otherwise, if they're involved in a collision, people end up not being paid out.
Yeah, true.
I think your priorities are just a little different to everyone else's, but you're under arrest for driving without third-party insurance, all right, you're still under...
The woman and her car will now be taken to the police station, where the officers will run some checks on her ID. Coming up, a police pursuit hits a dead end.
It's a crash, we're out and running.
And James and Tim take their suspected shoplifter into custody. But who is she?
There's 19 other names that she goes by, and 9 other dates of birth.
In West Yorkshire, traffic cops Richard Clark and Andy Howarth have spent the afternoon dealing with the aftermath of high-speed collisions. It's now 8:30 in the evening, and they're heading into Bradford when Andy spots a car up ahead which rouses his suspicions.
It was literally just one of those cars. Something just happens where you think, I'm gonna have a look at this. Bit of an old car, sort of thing that people use for no insurance and things like that. He's off. And as soon as he saw us behind us, he just decided to go for a chase, so that's what he's done.
In a desperate attempt to escape the police, the car heads down a dead end.
Got a very strange way, that kid. Dead end, this.
But who needs roads when you've got pavements?
Clear left, clear left, clear left.
The driver is now speeding through a busy commercial area.
301, we've got a vehicle failing to stop, double crew TPAC train. We are now Harry Lane. Can we have TPAC authority and TPAC units, please? Heading towards Bowling Back Lane, speed is 70 mile per hour.
The car takes a series of sharp turns at high speed, and a few seconds later, the driver loses control.
It's a crash. It's just trying to get into the Mary Street. We're out and running.
The man heads off into a caravan park, known to be home to the local traveller community.
301 units to caravan site. Chasing on foot after a pursuit. White male, black jumper, black tracksuit bottoms. Probably going to go over field. One of these two. You shut up.
Andy has a look under a couple of the caravans and talks to some of the locals. But the driver has vanished into thin air.
One of these two.
Just disappears, and it does happen regularly. He was in one of 3 buildings, or he's gone while I've been chasing him round. He's run out through the back, unseen by us.
Or he's on this estate somewhere.
The police presence is now causing lots of unwanted aggro.
Hey, mate, you're doing a job and you've got to do what you've got to do.
That's the problem.
Fair. Listen, that's fair, mate.
Right.
But when you're playing kids' lives at this,
Well, have a word with the lad who's running here then.
He's gone through that gate.
you wouldn't like someone coming around your place and doing it, mate, would you?
That's a classic distraction technique from him. He was just trying to get me focused on him so that there's only kind of one cop looking for the driver.
Got dark grey top, dark grey trousers.
Andy and Richard have established that the car had no insurance and they believe it's a pool car, bought cheaply and used by many to commit crime. And with the driver's disappearance, the atmosphere is becoming increasingly hostile.
No kid. There ain't even no kids out here when I come round corner.
Let's be honest, the majority of the people on there, they don't want us there. And we couldn't say with 100% certainty where he'd gone.
So, Andy and Richard decide to call time.
It is what it is, mate. For me, code 2.
You got any kids alive?
We decided to pull out and let that one go. Because the last place you really want to be on a Saturday night when we're short-staffed is having a big fight on a traveller site.
And he's bent the post up. Oh. So the gate won't shut now.
The smashed-up car will be taken to the recovery yard, and the police will pursue the driver at a later date.
The car's been recovered, it's been forensically examined. We're just waiting on the results coming back as to who the person is that was driving. And then it's come see us, and we'll have a little chat later down at the station.
Don't scratch it!
When criminals are repeat offenders, it's usually only a matter of time before the police hunt them down.
Just want to come to this blue door over here.
At York Police Station, the woman arrested for shoplifting is about to be checked in. So James and Tim try to take some details from her.
What's your date of birth?
But there seems to be some confusion over her age.
5th of the 11th, 75. That's your mum, innit?
How old are you? How old are you? 1975. It don't make 37, does it? I only got a C in maths, but I can work that one out.
She's also given a false name, but a search for this name on the police database throws up somebody completely different.
And she was saying she was this woman here, which, as you can see, is a blonde woman, maybe a bit bigger build than she is. It's a lady with blonde hair.
Is it shy? You used to have blonde hair.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you a bit heavy set as well?
Yeah, it was a bit fat.
Were you?
Yeah.
Realising the police aren't buying her "I used to be blonde" story, the woman then comes up with another name.
So who are you really? Natalie, are you Disqual?
It's because I don't have a licence.
Will you give us another stiff name? Right, well at this time I'll further arrest you for driving otherwise in accordance with a licence and obstructing a police officer in the course of his duty, all right?
It turns out this isn't the first time she's given a false name.
So there's 19 other names that she goes by and 9 other dates of birth.
When we've done checks on it, she's shown us wanted for 2 thefts and failed to appear at Teesside Court, so that's probably why she's not given us correct details, because she knows she's wanted.
She's got the residue from yesterday.
James and Tim's job now is to photograph and catalogue the goods so they can later be used as evidence if the case goes to court.
You look, still got tag on it. 35 quid coat there. She obviously just goes out and this is what she does all day. And they're 35 quid each, that's 30 quid.
$29.99.
003.
So they're £41 a bottle. Depending on where you look, all between 75 and 90 quid for that one. So you're talking 250 to 260 quid's worth of champagne. I thought at first when I saw it front passenger seat, I thought it was going to be a piddly couple of things. There's actually, well, I reckon probably up to £1,000's worth of stuff here. Our job is to get all the evidence together and make sure that she's put before a court to hopefully be put where she belongs, which is away from anybody she can steal from.
The woman received a 12-week prison sentence for previous shoplifting offences. As a result of the arrests shown in this programme, she was convicted of 5 thefts, going equipped to steal, no insurance, no licence, failing to stop and obstructing the police. She received a 4-week tagging order, a curfew and a 6-month driving ban. All 3 suspects from the suspected stolen Ford Focus are currently on bail, but the man who was caught previously in a stolen Land Rover received an 8-month suspended sentence, 200 hours unpaid work, and a 12-month driving ban for dangerous driving and aggravated vehicle taking. The on-the-limit driver who took his mum's car for a spin pleaded guilty to driving without a licence, no insurance and speeding. He was fined £200 and received 8 points. And the suspect arrested by James and Tim for the theft of a Land Rover Defender pleaded guilty to assaulting a police officer. He's currently on bail awaiting trial for attempted burglary, robbery, disqualified driving and 2 further assaults on police officers.